Hi everyone, Murdoch here, hope you're well. Now in this video I want to talk about the takeaway. Now what I've found easiest over the years is the feeling of the right arm staying on top. So what I mean by that is the right arm in this position, so the right arm in this position in the backswing, between the knee and the hip with the hands, stays on top of the left. So you can see from down the line view here, from setting up well, assuming the right angles, make sure you're setting up well with the ball position correct. And let's start with a 7-iron club. So in this position, arms hanging down, you can simulate the feeling you want to have in the swing with no club, because there's a couple of other things. For those of you that have seen my video on setup, I'm sure it's natural for you now, that little hip bump, just to get the right knee and hip just inside the instep there, because the right hand's lower on the club. So that's the front on position for that. Now arms hanging down in this position, and I want you to simulate, just for the first part of the swing, you just rock the shoulders. Your left shoulder will feel like it's going down, but while you're doing this, you've got to start the right hip turning. So don't slide. It's very easy in this game to go the same way. There's the arms moving back. It's very easy to rock the hips back, especially if you're a little stiff in the back, or you've got the weight placement not quite right at the address. Remember, you want to favor the inside of that right foot. Your right hip is inside that right instep. So when you make your arm back move here to keep the right arm on top, just think of the right hip turning. It's going to feel a somewhat separated move, because your right hip, this is exaggerating it, will feel like it's going behind you like this, and your arms are going to feel like they're going out like that. So it's going to feel quite exaggerated, especially as you go to longer clubs. So this is why I suggest a 7-iron in a minute. But with no club, set up well. I'll leave a link in the description for my turn, drill and setup videos for those of you that maybe not seen those yet. So in this position, good posture, arms hanging down, you'll feel the shoulders just rocking to keep the right arm on top. This is the position where the takeaway ends. After that, the body will carry on turning, and you'll come to the next familiar position that I talk about, the hands opposite right chest, thumbs up, setting the club more vertical here. So the first part, right arm on top. That's what I want you to think of. So now get your club. Don't need a ball yet. Address the mat at a point where you can keep your eyes down at a ball. So there's your setup. You're going to simulate this move now. So as you keep the right arm on top, you'll notice that the club face will be more in this position. Not facing at the ball, but it's not open either. It's not fanning open. The toe isn't to the sky in this position. Your right hip just turning, arm staying on top. That's the takeaway. After this, the body carries on its turn. There's the right chest position, and there you are at the top. That's the backswing. Front on. Assume the correct position. Feel the right hip turning behind you as right arm stays on top. There you go. I want you just to practice that move a couple of times, and that becomes the all-in-one feeling. Right hip turning, right arm on top for most people. Now obviously I'm assuming that you've got a good golf grip. I'm assuming that you're not in a strong position, hands forward, and you're like this. Can you see how it's just going to be very easy to let the club come inside? So I'm assuming that you've got a good grip and a good setup, and this is the best way and the easiest way for you to make the correct takeaway. Right arm on top. Hope that helped. Thumbs up if you like the video. Comments down below are welcome. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.